morning, guys.
Good morning.
June the 1st, AT day 116. I really got to watch the ground so I don't trip. So we just made our climb out of Port Clinton. It's a pretty hairy climb up, but not as bad as the climb down into Port Clinton heading north. I feel sorry for anyone southbound that has to go up that. So we camped in Port Clinton last night, and it's really loud for a small sleepy town like it is. It's got freight trains and a highway with trucks going by all night long, and it was pretty loud. It's hard to get any sleep. Anyway, we are fully loaded out, which made that climb even harder, with 4, possibly 5 days of food to make it all the way to Delaware Water Gap. And even more loaded out because there was a candy shop in Port Clinton called the Peanut Shop. And well, I may have gone a little overboard. Gigi didn't really buy anything.
They didn't have a big selection of dark chocolate, so that's what I like, dark chocolate.
So I'm loaded down with Jelly Bellies, and I've fully come to understand the power of sugar. And after Glasgow, I've really needed to up my sugar intake to stop my weight loss a little bit, just because I needed more calories. Anyway, 15-mile day today, maybe. We'll see how it goes. 15-mile days is relatively easy for us now, but if it gets rocky or something like that, then that really slows us down. And at 15 miles, there's a cool shelter. Actually, it's a house. Called the Eckville or Eckhart shelter or something like that. Anyway, let's get hiking. I'm talking way too much. See ya! A 15-mile day today. We ended our day at the Eckville shelter. We got here really early, 2:30, 3 o'clock. We could have continued, but it's actually a nice shelter. It's an old house, maybe early 1900s, and the shelter is actually a old garage in the back. But there's electricity and there's running water, there's showers, and there's a flushing toilet. So we're like, you know what? Let's just stay here. We don't need to go any further. We started the day down in Port Clinton, and we were staying at this shelter right here, just across the street from it, actually. And we walked down here, and this is where we walked under the bridge and began our climb out of Port Clinton. It's a pretty steep climb all the way up, and then stopped here at Pulpit Rock to deploy Cyclops, and got some great shots. And then once we left there, we continued on to the pinnacle. We're at the pinnacle. A lady showed up that was also at Pulpit. She was taking pictures of her dog for the gram or something, and then she showed up at the pinnacle as well, and her dog ended up getting bit by a copperhead, and it's probably not going to turn out so well for the dog because it was a little dog. Once we left there, we kind of continued on. You'll notice in some of the video that it did get really rocky in some areas, and then we had some really smooth areas, and actually we walked for about 4 miles starting from right here all the way down to about here. It was all like road. So and then once we got here, we just walked down the paved road to the shelter.